Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well, and thank you for tuning into Moose Motion. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed the content, comment below what you think, share with your friends, and perhaps consider subscribing if you're new, and be sure you have your post notifications turned on so you don't miss any of the new content. Anyway, thank you for your support, it's highly appreciated. Hello again, my dear viewers. So during this video, I'll be showing you how to make your very own 1-to-1 scale Scrat. So for those of you who may not be very familiar with the name Scrat, basically who that is the character from Ice Age. It's that little squirrel character, basically always in pursuit of the, well, acorn, basically chasing it constantly and really never seems to be able to quite get it. So I decided to make my very own little 1-to-1 scale version of him out of clay, because he's my favorite character from there, and being Canadian, unfortunately things are getting a little closer to winter, so I figured this would be kind of an appropriate character to make, and I would like to have little adventures of him in the near future, of this little claymation character running throughout my house, basically trying to grab the nuts, and perhaps I'm interacting with him or various other claymation characters to, well, perhaps make that task ultimately, well, more difficult than it needs to be. That being said, I figured this would be a good character, or a little stop motion character to make, to have 1-to-1 scale. That way it's a little easier for me to work with during the animation process, as well as be able to make some quick, funny, short cartoons for everyone, so that way it can kind of keep my animation, well, schedule a little bit more active and a little bit less of the how-tos. I do understand this is a little bit of a break from the cars. Don't worry, we will be returning to that shortly. This did take a little bit longer, so this post is a little out of schedule. I will try to get things all back in order though shortly. Anyway, for those of you who are perhaps curious on making your own little 1-to-1 scale Scrat, obviously you're going to want to start with some armature wire and some oven-baked clay, and basically make your own little skeletal structure. Now I'll admit I did make kind of a few mistakes here. I had to extend the, the arms as well as the legs halfway through the build, which wasn't a very easy process. But anyway, if perhaps you're unfortunate enough to make the same mistake at some point, well, I'm here to help show you how to kind of, well, fix that. It's a kind of a pain in the butt, but it's at least repairable, and you won't lose all those hours of work you put into your sculpture and not have it exactly, well, the way you envisioned it. Now at this point, seeing how your skeleton will probably be all baked if you're following along step by step, you are going to be adding on plasticine, and at that point you're going to basically just layer things up bit by bit till you have a nice muscle layer, and then you can add on the details. So from this point on, you're basically just going to want to follow the text and what my hands are doing during the video. Don't worry about the band-aid there, it's just a little minor cut. Unfortunately, it was a little worse than expected for the first couple days there, so I decided to just kind of cover it up. You'll see my hand later on is completely exposed and it is fine, so no need to fret, my dear viewers. As always, be sure to keep your eyes peeled for Milton the Moose, and perhaps if you're new here, Milton the Moose is the little moose character that is kind of the mascot for the channel, so if you timestamp correctly when he shows up during the video, you will get your comment pinned at the top of the comment section, and perhaps a shout out in my next video. P.S. This one might not be as easy as some of the others due to Epic Tiger HD having a particularly sharp eye, so good luck, dear viewers, and perhaps if you enjoyed the content, be sure to smash that like button, share with friends, comment below what you think of the project, and, well, perhaps consider subscribing if you're new. Anyway, that's enough from me for now. I'll see you towards the end of the video. Take it easy, my dear viewers, and sit back, relax, and hopefully this encourages you to make your own little 1-to-1 scale Scrat. Hello again, my dear viewers, and thank you for sticking around to the very end of the video. Scrat and I definitely appreciate it. As you can see, this is a little 1-to-1 scale Scrat. I might have to make a slightly smaller whale mole thing for the actual dinosaur fight. Although that being said, I am honestly looking forward to doing some short cartoons of this guy romping around my house in pursuit of the acorn. So be sure you have your post notifications turned on if you don't already, so you don't miss any of those little short cartoons that should be upcoming in the future. I'll have to work out a schedule for those, but they should be available soon. I might be doing a few dog characters and cat characters as well in the near future, as well for basically the same kind of goal, to do quick little short cartoons. Now, one thing I must admit during this sculpture that I found kind of difficult was doing all those striping towards the back. That involved a lot more raking and scraping than I personally thought it would. Unfortunately, to kind of make it all blend in very well, apart from doing those teeth, that's always kind of a pain having to glue a bunch of, well, in this case, 42 teeth in. But anyway, hope you all enjoyed this video and it encourages you to make your own little Scrat at some point. So be sure to like, comment, share with your friends, and perhaps consider subscribing if you're new. Anyway, that's enough from me. Till next time, take it easy.